Thank you and good afternoon. Graduates, go ahead and please take your seats. Welcome to our Winter Graduates Nursing Recognition event. I'm Dr. Laura Polk, Chair of the Health Sciences Division, and it's my distinct pleasure to welcome Professor Robin Madeira to the podium.
Good afternoon. I'd like to welcome you to the Winter 2019 Nursing Recognition event. We are here today to celebrate the accomplishments of nursing students who will be graduating later today with their Associate of Science in Nursing degree. This event provides an opportunity for us, your faculty, to recognize you and welcome you as our peers and our colleagues in nursing. I would like to take a few minutes to welcome and thank several groups of people who have been instrumental in your success. Each group has played a unique role in your education and in your transition to professional nursing. I'd like to welcome the members of our Board of Trustees who are here today, and representing the Board of Trustees today, Dr. John Roach. If you could please stand and be recognized. We appreciate your stewardship and support. Next, I'd like to welcome Dr. Murphy, the President of the College, and Dr. Abel, the Vice President for Academic Affairs. Your leadership allows us to meet the Health Sciences Division mission of educating future health professionals through exemplary academic programs and collaborative community partnerships. I would also like to welcome other CSM faculty, staff, and administrators. You played a pivotal role in these graduates' accomplishments. In addition, a warm welcome to any healthcare or nursing scholarship donor who are with us today. Your support makes a significant difference in the lives of our students. And you too have played a role in helping our graduates succeed. To the students, the faculty and staff of the Health Sciences Division and Nursing Program guided you and gave you an exemplar of what it means to be a professional nurse. They have cared deeply for you and your success, and have used their expertise to teach you and challenge you to reach your full potential. Please join me in welcoming and thanking the faculty and staff of the Health Sciences Division and the nursing program as they stand and are recognized. In addition, our clinical partners provided an opportunity to gain experience and connect to nursing role models in the field. Each semester, you have had a unique opportunity to grow and develop the skills of a professional nurse. I would like to thank the hospitals, long-term care agencies, and community agencies who provide these essential experiences for you, and welcome any administrators, nurse educators, and nursing staff who are here today. Our nursing program is successful because of the time you are willing to invest in our students' education. Your family and friends have also played a key role in you being here today. They listened, provided support, learned nursing lingo by proxy, and have supplied you with endless amounts of love and caffeine. I'm sure you would agree that your journey to this day was possible because of each other. Together, you tackled nursing care plans, early morning, late night clinicals, final exams, and capstone projects. Speaking for myself and the nursing faculty, you have made a difference in our lives. And it is with great pleasure that we welcome each of you here today as a peer and a colleague. One pearl of wisdom you have heard from every instructor is if you didn't document it, you didn't do it. This day is your documentation, and you did it. Congratulations.
Thank you. And now I would like to welcome Professor Annette Ragland to the podium with some words on the history and significance of the nursing pin.
Good afternoon. The nurse's pin is a treasured symbol. It communicates to all who see it your bond with your school. Each pin represents only one program, and it symbolizes the educational traditions of that school. Your pin symbolizes the completion of a rigorous nursing education. I don't have to tell you that, right? The nursing pin is a 1,000-year-old symbol of service to others. The earliest ancestor of the pin dates back to the Maltese cross, adopted by Crusaders and worn on their habits as a symbol of service to Christianity. Over the centuries, variations of the Crusader symbol were gradually modified and became family coats of arms, often symbolizing service to a ruler. By the Renaissance, guilds had adopted coats of arms symbolizing masterful service to the community. The tradition of the nursing pin and the ceremonial pin we know today originated in the 1860s. It was at the Nightingale School of Nursing in St. Thomas Hospital in London. Having been recently awarded the Red Cross of St. George for her selfless service to the injured and dying in the Crimean War, Florence Nightingale chose to extend this honor to her most outstanding graduate nurses by presenting each of them with a Medal of Excellence. Gradually, many schools started giving a medal or badge to all graduates of their program, and the earliest known U.S. School of Nursing pin was designed for Bellevue Hospital in New York by Tiffany's. It was first awarded in 1880. Nursing pins have been designed in many colors, many shapes, many symbols, but it's that unique design of each school's pin that instantly identifies to others where the nurse graduated. Almost 4 decades ago, the first pin that was ever given when the College of Southern Maryland was still Charles County Community College was designed by the first RN class that graduated here in 1979. As you can see, that pin was yellow gold. It was round to signify consistency. And as you can see, it had the Charles County seal on it with the words Charles County Community College written around the seal. This pin symbolized the school and the county from which the nurse graduated. But once the College of Southern Maryland was established, it was time for a new pin. And this one was to represent the school's mission and vision. Both the faculty and the students of the first graduating class in 2001 custom designed the pin that you're receiving today. As you can see, it has the College of Southern Maryland around the outside. It has registered nurse around the bottom part of the outside, and CSM is engraved over the Maryland flag in the middle. That symbolizes our nursing program and connects it with its location. This is our pin, but it's your pin. And there's great significance in receiving it today. It's your sign of achievement. Your pin is your association and your bond with your school, with CSM. It connects you to every CSM nurse who's come before and to every nurse who has ever accepted the responsibility of the profession. I have earned 2 pins in my career. My BSN pin has a lot of sentimental value to me because on it is depicted the memorial that stands on the campus of Marshall University to the football team and coaching staff who were killed in a plane crash in 1970. But perhaps the one I am most proud of is my associate's degree pin. It has many symbols on it, but it's that pin that represents for me the time I first committed myself to the profession of nursing, and it's then that I formed my philosophy. In keeping with this 1,000-year-old tradition, let your pin serve as a constant reminder to your desire, your dedication, and your commitment to serve others. Earning it today symbolizes your readiness for professional practice, whether you feel that way or not. Wear your pin proudly. It's a medal of honor, but it's also a badge of courage. Thank you.
Thank you, and now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce your guest speaker for this afternoon, Professor Jan Bonham. Professor Bonham recently retired from the college after many years as nursing faculty. She has an extensive background in community health nursing and previously volunteered with the St. Mary's Community Emergency Response Team, the Community Action Coalition, and the Maryland Department of Health and Mental Hygiene. During her time at CSM, she was also the stalwart Nursing Student Association advisor for many, many years. Please join me in welcoming Ms. Bonham to the podium for her remarks to the graduates.
Good afternoon. Now, I have trifocals on, so don't be surprised if I have to go back and forth a little bit, okay? A few weeks before the holidays, I received a letter from Dr. Polk from the now former students inviting me to be the guest speaker today. It was like receiving an early Christmas present. I was honored that you wanted me and humbled that you remembered me. However, my joy was short-lived as panic soon took its place. What could I possibly say to the graduates that they would want to hear? So many thoughts flew through my head. But many of the ideas were issues we had discussed in class 2 semesters ago. You, my new peers, helped me solve the dilemma. I was impressed with your theme for today's celebration. And if you look at your program, you'll see that their theme is Christopher Robin's 3 thoughts. Always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think, from Winnie the Pooh. You were very wise in choosing those thoughts. Sometime during their schooling and/or professional careers, every nurse present today has experienced and reflected on these 3 thoughts. While the years of nursing involvement may be very different, we all have firsthand knowledge of the theme. It seems to me that Christopher's thoughts all relate to the passion for the nursing profession and caring, or calling, if you will, of caring for others. Without passion, you would not have had so much fortitude to work so hard, sacrifice so much, have so many sleepless nights, which ultimately brought you here to wear the CSM pin. Passion is our driving force. One story about me, only one, that shaped my passion for nursing. It was autumn. I was entering the 7th grade. Along with 2 other kids in Gloucester, Massachusetts, it was a high schooler and a toddler, we contracted infantile paralysis. It was a year before the polio vaccine was dispensed. Miss Lincoln was the public health nurse for our town. She was the real first contact that I had any length of time and got to know very well. She came to our home to conduct an investigation to try and pinpoint if there was any area that we had in common where they might track down the disease source. To this day, I still see her in my uniform. Being an only child and very headstrong, and probably a brat, I refused to go to the Sister Kenny Rehab Center on the other side of the state. That was the only one in Massachusetts. It was going to be an extended stay. Instead, my mom, dad, and uncle learned all the physical therapy regime in order that I could stay at home. Since I could not walk, raise my right arm, or use my right hand, care was going to be lengthy and intense. Miss Lincoln became my home care nurse, liaison with the doctors, liaison with Children's Hospital and the brace group that were there where they made the braces, and my really what you would call then, they didn't call it that, a case manager. She also became a dear family friend and remained so for the rest of her life. She was my role model of what a dedicated caregiver should be. My nursing passion or love, whether on a med-surg unit, in a classroom, neighborhood, was forged by Miss Lincoln and the young folk I saw at Children's Hospital. You all have experienced an event, a dream, or personal happening that ultimately brought you here today. Each has his or her own story. Today you will accomplish 2 landmark events toward the RN status. You will be awarded the CSM pin and then graduate tonight. And in the near future, successfully pass the NCLEX exam. Then you can truly say, I am a registered nurse. 5 little words which hold so much promise, a promise for you and a promise for those in your care. A promise to problem solve, to advocate, to listen, to empathize, care for, and educate. Educate the clients and you. A promise to your charges and yourself that you will never stop learning. Nelson Mandela stated, quote, "Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world," unquote. The more you learn, the deeper understanding you will have of what it means to be a nurse. You are at the start of a great adventure. You have finished the beginning and closed the door. The next door to lifelong learning has begun. During this past semester, I believe you each chose a nursing therapist and incorporated her theme into your nursing philosophy. Carry your philosophy with you when you move forward. Florence Nightingale, our first nurse therapist and one of my favorites, wrote in her notes on nursing, quote, "The following notes are by no means intended as a rule of thought by which nurses can teach themselves to nurse, still less as a manual to teach nurses to nurse. They are meant simply to give hints for the thought to women who have personal charge of the health of others. I do not pretend to teach her how. I ask her to teach herself, and for this purpose I venture to give her some hints," unquote. Remember, this was published in 1859, about 150 years ago. Oh my, that was really radical in those days. It took nearly 100 years before another nurse was able to publish her concept of nursing. Hildegard Peplow, in 1952, published her Interpersonal Relations in Nursing, and Linda Hamill would really like this because she was a psych nurse. And at the age of 78, this lady was 78, she wrote, "Somewhere, somehow, at some time in the past, courageous nurses determined these skills, learned them, fought for the right to use them, and taught them to other nurses. All nurses have an obligation to remember that part of nursing's past and to keep their own skills in place with new opportunities for nursing in the next century. The time is now. This is the next century, and you are the future of nursing. Keep your passion, keep your philosophy, your love of people close to your heart. You will be part of keeping Peplow's promise, a promise of service. Nursing is a service discipline. All nurses, regardless of their role, focus of the care of populations, families, and individuals. It is the core of who we are." Maya, I never get her name right. Maya Angelou wrote, "I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel." Wouldn't it be wonderful to think that A. Milne was thinking of nurses when he wrote the words for Christopher, "Always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think." What a wonderful future you have. Never stop learning. Never forget your passion. Receive your pins with all the pride that you deserve. I'd like to thank you for the time I spent with you. I thank you for being your speaker, and I am very proud to call you my colleagues. Thank you.
She almost made it through, but not quite. Thank you very much, Jen, for those really special words for our graduates. And now, time for our big event. Yay. Before we get started, I would like to introduce the faculty pinners who are selected by the students and recognize Professors Caroline Coombs, Morag Dahlstrom, Linda Hamill, Jeannie Hill, Rose Miller, and Deb Rutledge. Also, for presentation of candidates, we have Professor Linda Goodman.
Welcome all. You ready? All right, let's get that first line. Let's stand up and come around. We'll get started. And our first associate degree nursing candidate, Patrick M. Allen. Jacqueline Elizabeth Austin. Lenita Ballsbow. Lauren Rebecca Belsky. Lindsay N. Bowersox. Jade Alexandria Boyer. Jocelyn Carissa Carter. Dara Michelle DeCola. Allison Renee Deese. Stephen Woodson Dickinson. Elizabeth Duncan. Lisa Marie Jalowski. No, that was it. Angie M. Haddock. Molly Diane Harmon. Amanda Elizabeth Hill. Savannah Josephine Keifline. Caitlin Ann Lane. Lisa M. Malecki. Shonda Janelle MacGyver. Lindsay Ann McKenzie. Jennifer Marie Nagy. Taylor Noel Nam. Kimberly C. Nicholas. You're not the first one who's ever done that, Jeannie. Frances Grace O'Hara. Katie Arisic. Stephanie Pankowitz. And now we have one of our own, Claudia Reber. Rebecca Ann Schramm. Somebody put 18 pins in that one? Yeah. Jacqueline Elizabeth Taylor. Zachary Luke Teston. Ashley Danielle Thompson. Kitomila Turner. Our next, Rachel Marie Turner, also receives the Achievement in Nursing Award. Our next candidate receives the Academic Achievement in Nursing Award, Marilyn Vandermeer. Katrina Marie Wagaman. Just stay over there, huh? Hold still. Oops. What did I? Jenna Marie Ware. Megan Alexandra Williams. And last but certainly not least, Carly Elaine Young. Congratulations to all of you. We have one round of applause.
We're just waiting a moment so we have the whole group all back together again. But don't let that hurry you, Carly. we have one more round of applause, please, for our nursing candidates? I also want to take a moment to recognize the students who planned this event for you. On the Nursing Recognition Event Committee were Lauren Belsky, Dara DeCola, and Jennifer Nagy. And now it's time to hear what you all thought. So with further ado, let me introduce to you Kito Miller Turner, your student speaker.
We did it! Oh my goodness, it is such an honor and a blessing to be standing here before you all, selected as student speaker. I would like to, of course, acknowledge my 2019 January, of course, of all months, cohort. You guys are awesome. We have been through too much. Family, friends, everybody that's come here, this awesome faculty sitting behind me here on the floor. Awesome, like, bless you all for your contributions to our success. Thank you so much. So, although I was honored to be selected as the class speaker, I must say that the honor began to feel more like another lengthy assignment that surely no matter how much time I spent working on, at best, I would achieve an F this semester. And I mean like a real world F, like less than 65, not like a nursing F, which is like less than 75. Oh my goodness, where do I start? How many words does this speech need to be? Can I get a rubric, please? But then I began to think of the journey that we started and what it has meant. I know that the pressure of this journey has seemed unbearable at times for many of you. For some, the mere idea of failure has left you unable to perform at your acceptable capacity. For some, the pressure placed on you by family and friends has literally paralyzed you. But let's be real. Our family and friends have meant well, but you have had to walk this path alone at times. For some, the entire welfare and well-being of family and friends rested on your ability to succeed. And for some, like myself, the idea of failure, expectancy, and lack of time have seemed like a perfect storm for seemingly unachievable goals. Let me fill you in briefly on some of the happenings and challenges that I and my cohort have had to endure these past 4, and for some 5 and 6 semesters. We all started with the hope that one day we would be deemed safe, smart, and efficient enough by this excellent staff behind me to one day care for God's most precious creation, humankind. The first semester, we realized the importance of washing your hands. People, today, the most important thing you can do is wash your hands. The second semester came with the challenge of learning and understanding every disease process known to man. You guys know what I'm talking about, every single one. Third semester, we were met with the challenge of dealing with our patients, not only physically, but their mental and spiritual needs. Some of us had not yet witnessed death in our practice. Some of us have walked in moments before the patient would take their last breath and hope to be strong enough to support the grieving family, despite our own shock and disbelief. We achieved all of this week after week while waiting for the dreaded red dot or text message that would alert us of our grades. We had to decide if we would rip the bandage quickly and see, or slowly and have a loved one view our grade and then relay the message. So either way, we were left with two painful and yet familiar nursing diagnoses: impaired skin integrity or anxiety. Or even worse, we would have to quickly become the world's best poker players and not show our expression as we got our grades in front of our peers. The shame and disappointment of failure could quickly lead to tears. And success, well, that had to be celebrated tastefully around others who had fallen by the sword of that exam. Then came the fourth semester, upon us like a tsunami in the night without warning. No weather channel could have alerted us of this storm, because we certainly did not get the news. We did not get the news that our faculty and staff would demand that we make real decisions for the care of our patients, advise and assist our fellow nurses, care for a population that we had never cared before. I'm referring to the babies and the little ones. And think about our personal nursing philosophy on top of that, while showing up for exam after exam. I personally had to do this while bearing the weight of dealing with uncertain health diagnoses and prognoses for a loved one, the stress and doubt of, am I being a good enough mother to my child right now? God, how will ends meet be made while I'm trudging through this nursing progress? And was it all for nothing? Well, I'm here to deliver a message to not only you, but to myself. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. My 3 brothers and the rest of my sisters sitting here today, I don't know the cost that you each had to pay to be sitting here with this crowd of witnesses of family and friends, but you certainly do. You are braver than you believe. You finished nursing school. The boogeyman absolutely has nothing on what we've been through. For those of you who do not know, nursing school is different. I don't know if you've heard. It's different because it's not just knowing the right answer, but the best answer. So there are those who have failed this challenge based on not being wrong, just not answering with the best response. Any more school at this point is icing on the cake, but this degree is surely the foundation. You are stronger than you seem, so please, please do not be intimidated. My husband is a huge Rocky fan. Like for real, he's a huge Rocky fan. And he has always encouraged us to just keep fighting one more round. Please know that your strength is in your endurance, your ability to just keep getting up. Learn to celebrate every victory, even the smallest, because there will be times when the light seems dim and you may feel like you have lost your way. But like my mama always said, this too shall pass. I know what has gone into achieving this degree, and I tell you, I will take it toe-to-toe with any ADN, BSN out there. When they ask, where did you go? I will proudly state, College of Southern Maryland in Chuck County. My hope and prayer for you is that you will serve with strength and humility, never forgetting the great task that has been placed before you. I'm sure we will at times be the only human interaction our patients will have had in a long time. So I hope that grace, courage, and kindness will guide your every interaction, and that integrity will guide your every decision. I pray that you do not become desensitized to the individuals and circumstances that we will be called on to deal with, but that we will have a fresh dose of compassion to offer. Life is hard, but life is good. When you begin to wrestle with how you feel versus the truth, please always go with the truth. When you feel uncomfortable and unsure about your ability, know that the truth is you have been trained and prepared for this moment. When you feel like no one cares about what you do, know that the truth is it doesn't matter what people think, but know that you are doing a righteous work. And when you feel unappreciated for all the time, talent, and tears you have put into your work, know that the truth is that it wasn't all for nothing. Although you may never know the outcome of all of your patients, know this truth. You did your best to help aid in that person's preservation to make it to the next day. And know that you provided care and education that will help that patient to make better choices. Because please remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. God bless you all.
Where'd she go? Great job, Keto. Thank you so much for sharing all of your thoughts and reflections with all of us. And our last speaker of the afternoon, I'd like to present Robin Young with some closing remarks.
So nursing grads of 2019, how do you feel? Good, yeah. All right. I'm honored today to have been selected to give today's closing remarks. And you've heard the selected theme, always remember you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. So braver. Think of the fears and obstacles you faced when you first began your nursing education compared to how you feel now. Some may have wanted to quit, but you didn't, or thought you couldn't be successful, but you are, and you overcame it. Today, you are braver. Stronger? Through each semester, you became stronger. Some may have doubted this at different points, especially faced with life or academic challenges, perhaps wanting to give up, but you gained the strength, you pushed on, and you did it. Today, you are stronger. Smarter? Reflect back on how much knowledge and wisdom you have gained. You are sitting here at today's nursing recognition ceremony and will be graduating later this evening with your associate degree. This is something to be very proud of. However, your educational journey doesn't end here. Be that lifelong learner. Continue with your education. Pursue those professional desires and degrees, whether it's a BSN, master's, PhD, the sky's the limit. Today, you are smarter. As I close today's ceremony and you leave and begin your nursing careers, embrace and hold tight to those pearls of wisdom, braver, stronger, and smarter, and think of all the places you can or will go. Congratulations to each of you, and today you become our colleagues. We are very proud of you, and we welcome you to our nursing profession. On behalf of the Health Science faculty and staff, we invite everyone to continue to celebrate with refreshments provided by the Nursing Student Association, located upstairs in the mezzanine. Thank you, and congratulations.
Thank you. And I can just ask you all to stay seated while the graduates recess. And if you need an elevator, it's out these doors and to the right. We're looking forward to joining you upstairs.